everyone, welcome to the first official episode of Perks of Being a Teacher. This episode is going to feature a day in the life of me starting a new semester. You'll see step by step when I wake up, when I get to school, what I do, and how I finish my day. You will also see pieces of last week when I was setting up my room to start the new semester. I really hope you enjoyed this episode, and comment below if you have any questions or comments to make about this episode. Today I'm going to be tackling some of my bulletin boards. Students have completed such outstanding artwork for their final projects of the first semester that that'll be fun to put some of the artwork up for new students coming in for second semester. So follow along and see how I transform a couple of the boards to show off students' amazing work. I just got my classroom ready for the day, and now I'm going to go through my planner and I'm going to record on the board what each class will be doing for each slot that I have them. I usually try to over plan, so what I have written down might trickle into tomorrow. I would just rather have plenty for us to do than to run out of things to do and it just be kind of awkward. So I have slot 1 prep, which means like during that time I'm going to actually show you all of the different things that we will be doing today to start the semester. One of the first things I'm going to do is put up these posters for Black History Month, because this is the first day students will be back since the start of Black History Month. Next up, I have to organize all my printing. I have a huge stack here that I actually saved for today that I'd be working on during my prep. So I'm going to go through it all and organize it in terms of which course it's for, and also for like what I'll actually be using today from the stack. Here are the examples of course outlines that I give out at the beginning of the semester. So I include my email, my website, I highlight units we're going to be learning about, and then the mark breakdown where you can see projects are weighted most heavily. And here's my course outline for family studies. This is a sheet I have all students fill out at the beginning of the semester. So there's an area on pronouns, how they describe how they're feeling about the school year, something they're good at, their birthday, something they wish I knew, their favorite items. And I also ask students to tell me their favorite songs, and I make specific playlists for each class. This is my Getting to Know Ms. Hagman presentation. It's nice on the first day because it doesn't put students on the spot. It lets them sit back, relax, and get to know me a little bit. One of the ways that I love to start a new class is by playing a YouTube video of a read aloud of this book. It's called The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse by Charlie Mackesy. And in this book, there's both quotes and a storyline, and it's a great way to show students that mental health matters to me. As the video plays, I ask students to record one of the quotes that stuck with them, and after the video plays, then we discuss those quotes together as a class, and I make sure that I share some of my favorite quotes as well. I'm going to show you a clip of the YouTube video next so that you can see which video I play. This is the video that I share with students. So I play it, they listen, and then they record something that stuck with them from the book. This is my website. I make sure to show students. Here you can see an example of my Canadian history page. It's all PDFs that are uploaded and easy for students to access. Here is my geography page. And lastly, my family studies page. Here's an icebreaker that I do in the first couple days. I play music out loud, students walk around the classroom. When the music pauses, they turn to someone and answer the question that they see being projected. Then I start playing music again, they walk around, I pause the music, and then they turn to a new person and answer the new question that they see. First day of the semester can be really difficult for students as teachers are trying to pronounce their names. It's really important that teachers pronounce students' names correctly and to take the time needed to make sure that they're listening to students as to how to pronounce their names, to repeat their names back to them, and to make sure that in the first few days that teachers are learning to pronounce names correctly. A way that I create those moments on the first day is to go around, and I actually have an iPad, and I go around the class and I meet with each student and I ask them, what is your name? And they say it to me, and I do attendance that way. On the first week, really, I will make sure that I know how to pronounce students' names correctly before I start doing attendance in front of the whole class. It can quickly be an embarrassing or uncomfortable moment if a teacher is saying your name correctly in front of all of their peers and then also having a hard time pronouncing it. So this is just one tip for how to start the semester to make sure that students feel comfortable with the way that teachers are pronouncing their names. The next thing that I am going to show you is the classroom rules activity that I always do at the beginning of a semester. So what you do is you start with some poster paper, you roll it out. It doesn't need to be huge, but definitely needs to be bigger than a regular letter size piece of paper. And you're gonna cut. You're gonna cut however many of these that you would need to have groups of maximum 4 students. So usually I will cut about 7 or 8 of these per class just to make sure I have enough. And the instructions are going to be shown in a video right away that I'm gonna put into this video. And it will show you the instructions, but I'm going to show you how students will actually draw on the poster board when they complete this activity. So,
hey Carmen, it's me.
The first thing that you'll ask students to do is to draw a square in the middle.
Call me back.
After you have a square in the middle, you're then going to draw lines so that each student has their very own area to write in that no one else can touch. So if you had a group of 4, students can draw their own lines. As a teacher, I'm not going to prep this for them. I would just give them the blank sheets of paper and then instruct them on these steps. So first, tell students to draw the square, and then ask students to draw lines to create their own area of the page. So because I'm just using this as an example, I am going to write just to show you where the different student spaces are. So you would have student 1 space, student 2, student 3, and student 4. And in these spaces, students will be writing rules that they would want to have in the class. So if I was student 3, I would start to make a list of different rules that I would want a class to have that I was part of. After I've generated my list of rules and every other student in my group has, then we're going to talk with one another and we're going to make a short list of rules that as a group we agree on. So I would share my rules that I would want, the person next to me would share theirs, and so on. Once you come to agreement on the rules that you would want, and I like about 3 rules, they would write them in the middle. After all groups have their rules written in the middle, then you're going to ask students to do a gallery walk, and they're going to look only at the rules in that middle square. You're going to provide about 3 stickers to each student, and then students will place stickers on the specific rule that they want. So they wouldn't put a sticker on all 3. You want them to walk around, look at everyone's boards, and then place a sticker beside the specific rule that they would want to have. The rules that then have the most number of stickers become the rules that the class has. And I'll just show you an example of what that then looks like once a class comes up with a list of rules. This is the presentation that I share with students when I introduce the classroom rules activity. So there's a couple quick writes and then the steps for what students need to do in order to complete the activity. So here's an example inside my classroom of what it looks like when students make rules. So these are rules that my students from the previous semester came up with. So respect, include, no racism, help others succeed, listen, and keep it 100. So for this semester, I will also type up the rules and print them out and post them on this board as well so that we have a collection of a bunch of rules that all students agree on. Today, students also completed a mental health survey for the mental health committee. Today's lunch was leftovers from Monticchio's for my husband's birthday. I just left work and now I'm going to head to do some grocery shopping before we celebrate my husband's birthday. Now we're having a little birthday celebration for my husband, a little appetizer, and a lovely dinner made by his mom. Time to relax and watch The Bachelor before bed. I had the absolute best day starting the new semester. I enjoyed seeing both past and new students, and I can't wait for all that's to come in the next few months with those students. Please comment below any questions or comments that you have. Subscribe and stay tuned for the next episode next Friday at 5 p.m. of Perks of Being a Teacher.